This is one of those and situations. The way we solve it, it's almost having like multiple symbols, right? So if I'm going to add 4 here, to keep everything where it should be, where else do I need to add 4? To the everywhere, right? All sides. Okay. That's going to eliminate that -4. And really, it's just making everything 4 more, right? If it has to be between these two values, if I shift this thing 4, I need to shift everything 4. So I'm going to be left with 2 is less than 3y is less than 18. So 3y has to be more than 2, but it has to be less than 18. Both of those, it has to be true for both, right? So this is in, let me write that in the top corner. That's an and situation. How do I get rid of the 3? Right?
Divide it by
3. And I'm dividing everything by 3.
Yeah.
So what that means is y has to be greater than 2/3 and it has to be less than 6. You feel me? What this means on this number line then is, let's say this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So y, can it be 2/3? Can't be 2/3. That's why I'm open on 2/3. Can it be 6?
Nope.
Nope. That's why I'm going to be open on 6. But it can be everything in between, right? You guys seeing that? The only way it satisfies both those things, it's kind of like I would have like this graph, right? Greater than 2/3, and I would have this graph less than 6. And you guys seeing that it's kind of like where they overlap? That's kind of a cool visual. It looks like a confused robot head. I'm digging it. So you guys seeing it's kind of like where those two things overlap almost. It has to satisfy both. And where it satisfies both is right in here. All right? Cool. Next one I want to look at with you is a lot like this, is number 8. So I want someone, maybe Nate, can you read number 8 to me nice and loud?
Suppose you scored 78, another 78, and then 79 on the first 3 tests. Is it possible for you to earn B?
And it's using what for a B?
84 through 86.
Oh, so I'm seeing a range. So a lot of students are like, we're doing some weird stuff with this one earlier today. And all I'm going to do is translate my situation to math. So if I want to know, like, do I get a B? What's another word for that in math? My test?
An average?
An average. There you go, Brady. So I know that to get my average, I add up my test scores. Guess what my next test score is?
X.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. So X. If I take those 4 things and divide by 4, I get my test average, correct? And I know that this average needs to be bigger than what?
84.
84. But can it be 84?
Yes.
Yes. So line underneath, okay? It has to be under, to get a B, it has to be under what?
Under 86.
But can it be 86 to be a B? Yes. Do you guys see how I just used the situation to build my inequality? All right. So let's solve this inequality and see what kind of test score you can get that B. Who can do 78 plus 78 plus 79?
I feel like that.
Let's see if I can beat you. 140, 156, 229.
164.
It's not 164. What is it?
I know it's
225? Yep, that's right. 235. I was close. All right. I tried to John Henry that thing, man. Okay, you guys seeing this is the same problem? Now, just like the last one, how am I going to get X alone?
You're going to have to subtract, or first you're going to have to get rid of that.
Yeah, because that numerator is grouping, right? So the reverse order of operations is multiply everything by 4. And that's going to give me 320 plus 16, 336. You guys need to check this with the calculator. I don't even know why, man. It's a Friday afternoon. Why am I even trying to do this in my head? I don't know. Because I like trying difficult things.
Different makes you much smarter.
Dude, I thought mine.
Yep, wait for a second.
Okay, so then I got 320 plus 24. 320 plus 20, 344. Is that right? All right, let's go. So now how do I get X alone?
Subtract 235 from
Yep.
each side.
Subtract 235 from everywhere. So X is alone. I still got my symbols here. So that's going to give me 101. And that's going to give me 109. So, what average would I need to get a B? How can I get a B? Is it an option?
No.
Unless you got some like crazy.
No,
number.
because in order to get a B, I would have to score 101 points or 109 out of 100. So maybe if there's extra credit, you could explain that. If they're offering extra credit, sure. No extra credit, not even an option.
If you get 100%, then you get,
If you get 100%, you get barely less, right?
yeah, you get 83.75%.
But, let's interpret the situation like, so like if you get 100, you get 83.75. Depending on your software or whatever you're using, that might round to an 84. Do we take that into consideration? If we did this again, would we do it at 83.9? I don't know. I like talking about those things, right? Because sometimes when you apply theoretical mathematical things to real world, things change, right? Like when you do something like, what's the average number of kids in a family? It's like 2.4. There's not 0.4 kids out there, right? But that's like a mathematical average is theoretical. Okay, so that's cool. All right, what's the next? Is it 9? That's an OR from your Go formative? It has an OR in it. OR, not to be confused with
Yeah.
the thing that you paddle a rowboat with. Okay, read that one to me, Ace.
Negative 2y plus 7 is less than 1.
Okay,
Or 4y plus 3 is less than or equal to
negative 7?
negative 5.
Negative 5. Okay, so this is an OR. So to be true, which one, does one of these, both of them, what has to be true to be true? With an OR. Do they both have to be true? Does only one have to be true? Can they both be true? What's up with that? For an OR. Do they both have to be true for an OR? Okay.
No.
How about this? How about this?
Don't, because
If you're playing
do it too.
If you're playing this made-up game called Among Us, you can either be a crewmate or an imposter. So to make that true, do you have to be both? No, it actually, in fact, it'd be weird. This statement makes no sense. To play Among Us, you have to be a crewmate and an imposter. That doesn't make any sense, right? So or means you only have to satisfy one of the things. So I'm keeping that upstairs right now. So to solve these, I think you guys know how to solve these. These look like normal ones we've been working on, right? So minus 7, negative 2y is less than negative 6. What's going to be a little funky right here, Owen? What do I got to do?
Well, you have to switch the.
You have to flip that symbol because everything becomes its opposite. When it becomes its opposite, big things become little things become big things, right? So I divided by a negative 2. Now right here's one of the most common errors. Right here, you ready? One of the most common errors is people flip this symbol. Who can tell me why I'm not flipping this symbol?
Because it's not negative.
I'm dividing by a positive, but people see this negative and kind of like freak out. Their palms get sweaty. They're like, what do I do? And then they flip it. Don't do it. I'm dividing by a positive, which means nothing's becoming its opposite. It's just becoming a fourth of what it was, right? So that what's big and what's small retains its value. So when I go to graph this, let's go negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, oops, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 4. So y can be bigger than 3, so that's open to the right. Everybody good with that? Or it can be less than or equal to negative 2. That's going to be closed to the left. And if it's anywhere that I graphed, it works. So like, should 0 work?
Nope.
Nope. In fact, it doesn't work for either one of those. But what about negative 3? Does negative 3 work? Yeah, it's less than or equal to negative 2, which means since it's an OR situation, it works in that one. You only need to satisfy 1. That's why it's showing up on the graph. Anything on the graph's game, right? So keep that in mind, the difference between and OR. And means they both need to work to be on the graph. OR means at least 1. Cool, let's get after the Go formative, friends.